Hello, David Paul here. I wanted to make a video about how things are developing here because things have been negative because of the rain all the time, you know. And I'm painting life the way it is and trying to show you the ups and the downs. So today is one of the ups. The sun's shining and everything is great, and all the water's dried up and we're making progress. We have the Sari Sari store. It's not really a Sari Sari store, it's like a small foods kind of thing for kids. Operational now, so that's bringing in a small amount of income every day. I don't know what they're making and I don't really care. It's irrelevant to me, but it's an assistance with the budget of the family, so I'm trying to get this family to be self-sustaining. One of the ideas being that we start farming goats because, you know, there's a big profit to be made in goats. People need meat and they need the protein, and living on rice all the time is not the thing to make them healthy. So, if you remember a few videos back, I don't know what number, I might put it in the comments, in the description, but I made a video of where everything was flooded in here and the rain's pouring in and it was all hell let loose, and I was going to start a crowdfunding thing, buy me a coffee and all that, because I thought, oh my god, it's getting out of hand, you know, but it's not. So we've got the situation under control now. Say hello. Anak, say hello. This is Princess. So anyway, started painting, got the whole place painted, and we have a freezer, which is a very important part of life, and I'll make a video on a freezer because I've got some comments to make about that. But here's the thing, we're trying to get the floor sorted. So one of the projects is to tile the floor so that the kids can run around in their bare feet. And voila! Here it is, beautiful white room. My emulsion painting is getting splashed with cement, but we don't care. We had a bit of an argument about me putting these tiles down. They didn't want me to put the tiles down because I didn't realise, but they didn't want me to pay for the damn tiles and then have to put them down myself. So they had to decide they're going to do it. And the problem is I didn't trust her brother to put it down, because I thought, if he makes an arse of this, we're screwed. You cannot do anything about it. And guess what? He's done a great job. It's really good. So basically, this has been standing by. A few hours from now, it'll be 24 hours and be able to walk on it. I would give it longer because this is precious. This is utterly transformational. Okay, so what he's got to do next, I'll keep my nose out of it. It's bahalaka, as we say. It's up to you, or up to him in this case. Him and his friend are going to lay the rest of the floor here. And then we'll have a beautiful floor in here. And then you'll have one intact, good room to retreat to. And you put your video stuff up on it. We have a projector TV and you can watch TV. And the kids can be dry and safe and comfortable and clean and everything in here. There's another room through here, which I'll not go in because they're all watching videos. But it's basically identical. And we're going to tile that next. And then we stop, because I'm going back to the UK to teach, go back to teaching physics and maths, and then say hello. This is Martina. Martina adores me, don't you? Eh? Daddy's girl, Martina. Yeah? Gusto mo ang tatay mo? So, this is what it's all about, these guys. Bawal ka dito, bawal. Okay, that means forbidden. She cannot walk on it. In makalakad dito, bawal. Okay, so last night I had a sleep out here in the sala, or what was the sala, And I will continue to do so until that room's finished, and I'll be back in there. In fact, actually, I might continue here and get them in there. I don't know, because the next room is the other one, so no, I won't be able to use that room either. Once this one's done, they're starting that one, so that's out of bounds. And that's it. It's all going fine. You'll see that there are watermarks in the ceiling. I've attempted to improve the ceiling by painting it, pretty much to no avail because the water's still coming through. The next big project is to get a roof on this house. Get a roof on this house, stop the rain, and get the upper floor developed. So if you can imagine, the entirety of this house is going to be repeated one floor higher. So then you're going to have quite a large house. Quite a large house. For a small family, it's going to be, well, it's going to be a big place. And everybody will having bedrooms and stuff. So that's it. This is the achievement of this month. Each month there is an achievement. And that's that. So, what now? Yes, let's talk about something else. The importance of freezers and why you should never buy a fridge. Why you should never buy a fridge? Unless you live in a place where electricity is virtually free, you should never buy a refrigerator, and I'll tell you why. This here, it wasn't intended to be this large. The original freezer I was going to buy was smaller than this, but never mind, you wanted this one. And this was a 1 month project. Save up, buy the freezer, and that's that. So this is the number one important project for reasons which I didn't understand at the time, but my God, my girlfriend, she's like gagging to just get a freezer. And the reason why is because it's central to the functioning of that little business in the Sari Sari store, because mostly what this thing does is just generate ice. All they ever do is freeze ice in this, and a bit of food we put in there as well. My plan was to stock it with food for an entire month, meat. Haven't done that yet. Whether we ever will do, I don't know. Well, maybe. But anyway, the reason why you should not buy it has a hell of a seal on it. It's brand new, so you have to pull like crazy, and you wait for 30 seconds. Let go. Come on. It's like held together. It's held together like an iron grip. Come on. Damn it, the hell. You know why this is like this? The reason why it's like this is because somebody's opened it, let a load of warm air into it, and it's sucked on that, it's contracted it, and it's like on maximum suction. I maybe need to put like a straw in there to break the seal. Okay. What do you do when you have a fridge? You open the door of the fridge, and all of the cold air pours out and falls on the floor. And then you get a bottle of milk, and then you put some milk in your tea, example, your coffee. You put the milk in the coffee, then you go back to the fridge, you open the door again, you put the milk in, and all the cold air flows out again, and then you shut the fridge. And you're constantly making up this loss of this, you're not losing heat, you're making up for the loss of energy by having to keep replenishing this cold air all the time. However, when you lift a freezer, the lid on the freezer, inside, oh, it's broken finally. It's let go. Inside, the air is cold, so the air is lying like a liquid in a sense. So it's like as if this was full of water, and it doesn't spill over the side. Yes, some air will mix in, but it's nowhere near as bad as operating a fridge. So you save energy in those terms. But on top of that, it's important the ability to freeze food is important. Like we have some butter here. It's been here like a month or more, but that doesn't matter because it's frozen and it's not going to go off. And we can stockpile large quantities of butter and not have to keep buying it in small quantities, which you have to do if you're just using a fridge. So what do you do if you want something which is to be kept cool but not cold, but also not, so you basically do need a fridge. So what you do with that is you purchase an ice box. There is a one here somewhere, I don't know where it is, they've taken it to the shop. You purchase a small ice box and to the capacity of the general things that you need. So for example, you might want to keep some bacon cool. You get some of the ice blocks. You can get ice packs which freeze and you can repeatedly refreeze them. This one's burst actually. But you don't want to be using these. You want to be using proper ice packs that don't release the water. You put them in your freezer, in your cool box, put the lid down, your bacon's going to keep just as well as it does in a fridge. It's going to be kept at 0 degrees without freezing, and there's the job, and you're going to save an immense amount of energy. Now add into that, the other saving factor is you can't run a fridge on solar power. You can't run it on solar energy. You can run it whilst the solar energy is there, but you need to store electricity in order to make the damn fridge work at night. So how do you get out of that situation? Buy a battery? You don't want to be doing that. You want to buy the least amount of solar battery storage that you can live on and leave it at that, because it's cheaper and basically it's cheaper and it's just better for the environment, not constantly making batteries. So how do you get out of that one? Well, what you do is, because you're putting blocks of ice into the cool box, the cool box is not running on electricity, it's running on ice. The freezer, on the other hand, goes down to minus 18 degrees centigrade. So what you do is you get a large quantity of ice packs, pack them around, and you've effectively got a power outage during the night because the sun's gone away. So okay, you got a power failure. Now here in the Philippines we get power failures. They can go on for a whole day. It's rare that. It's usually about 5 or 6 hours. Okay, so you've now got a deliberately constructed power failure as a result of losing your solar power. But all day long, because you've got a large grid capable of running or a grid large enough to get the freezer running during the day, you've got all the ice pack storage to cool ice, make ice, so that ice keeps the freezer cold throughout the day and preserves throughout the night rather, and preserves the food. Next day it fires up again, gets really down to minus 18 and so on. You're only trying to store food for probably a couple of weeks, couple of weeks, or maybe a month. If you're working on a monthly shopping cycle, so you can fill this up with meat and leave it at that. And so you don't need to worry too much about the stuff going off. It'll be okay. It'll be okay stored in ice. The reason why I can confidently say it's going to be okay stored in ice is because that's what they used to do in the old days. They used to create ice by storing it in large ice houses, which they filled from ice cut from lakes, which then they would utilize throughout the entire year to store food. So this is much better than a fridge, and this will result in 0 electric bills to sustain it. So, don't buy a fridge. Buy a freezer first, and if you absolutely feel you want to have a fridge, then you buy one. But number one priority is get a freezer. So this thing has just kicked off. It's generated this small business outside there, and it's got income coming in. And that's it. It's bringing income into the family. So that's it for now. Jesus be with you. Say hello. No, she's not talking. She's not logged into English. Anyway, Jesus be with you.